How to define success correctly. Part 2. Continuing from Part 1. Now, I'm not saying you should never celebrate wins. Of course you can enjoy victories, but those shouldn't be the only times they feel you're proud of them. If your enthusiasm only shows up after wins, if your disappointment is visible after losses, if your approval seems contingent on results, you're defining success by outcomes, whether you mean to or not. Instead, show consistent pride for things that lead to long-term development. Their hard work, their improvement, their positive attitude, their resilience, their character as a teammate. Let me give you a practical example. Your child's team loses a game. Your response matters enormously. Outcome-focused response. Visible disappointment. Analyzing what went wrong. Emphasizing the loss. Dwelling on mistakes. Message. Losing is failure. Your value is tied to winning. Process-focused response. I saw you competing hard out there. You tried some things we've been practicing. That's great. What did you learn? Message. Effort matters. Learning matters. I'm proud of you regardless of the score. The second approach builds resilience, maintains motivation, and protects their love for the sport. It also aligns with everything we've covered. Remember Video 7. Your job is to provide support, not pressure. When you define success by progress rather than results, you remove a huge source of pressure. Remember Video 8. Mistakes as data. When you focus on what they're learning rather than whether they won, you reinforce that mistakes are part of growth. Here's something important. When you correctly define success, you remove the artificial conflict between winning and development. When you focus on progress, effort, and enjoyment, winning often takes care of itself as a natural byproduct. Athletes who are improving, working hard, and enjoying what they do typically win more games anyway. But even when they don't, they're on a developmental trajectory that will serve them better long term. Let me tell you about a family whose son was on a team that lost most of their games that season. Many parents were frustrated, pulling kids off the team. But this family focused on whether their son was improving, learning, still enjoying soccer. And the answer to all three was yes. He was developing skills. He was getting better. He loved his teammates and coach. They stayed. They celebrated his progress. They asked about what he was learning, not about wins and losses. 2 years later, that kid was thriving. Many of the kids whose parents pulled them off the losing team had quit soccer entirely because their parents had taught them that losing meant failure. But this kid had learned that growth matters more than results, and that lesson served him far beyond that one season. So here's your action. Pay attention to your conversations with your child about their sport. What are you asking about? What are you emphasizing? Then adjust to align with the right definition of success: progress, effort, enjoyment. Celebrate improvements, praise hard work, protect their love for the game. When you define success correctly, you give your child the best chance to discover and reach their potential over time. Think about how everything we've covered in this foundation stage connects. Loving the game, building identity beyond sports, developing real confidence, playing multiple sports, having fun, separating performance from self-worth, getting the right support, learning from mistakes, building trust. All of these create a foundation for long-term success. But they only work if success is defined correctly. This foundation stage is about exactly that, building a foundation. Not about results right now, but about creating the conditions for sustained development and eventual excellence. So trust the process. Define success by what actually matters at this stage. Note: if you're navigating disagreements with a co-parent about what success looks like, our Parent Alignment Guide can help frame productive conversations. If you're balancing multiple kids with different needs and progress rates, the multi-child navigator might provide useful frameworks. Progress is greater than trophies. And when you help your child understand that, you set them up for a long, successful, satisfying athletic journey.